Welcome back to Mastering the Instrument. My name is Daniel Valle, and today we're going to be talking about the 9 most common chords on the guitar. So these chords are pretty much on every song that you're going to play, and the shapes are also movable. So you can move them and play on different keys, and you could also, maybe by lifting up a finger or shifting a finger, you can get a totally different chord type, a 7 chord or a major, minor chord, diminished. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you on the guitar, and I'm going to be showing you on the piano so you can know exactly how it works. So let's go! Alright, so let's start with our first 5 major chords. So we're going to start with A major, open chord, and this is 2nd string, 2nd fret with your ring finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret with your middle finger, and 4th string, 2nd fret with your pointing finger. You want to make sure you get that open 5th string, don't hit the 6th string, and curve your fingers so you can get every note. Okay, so for this chord, if you lift your middle finger, you get an A dominant 7 chord. Okay, so let's try C major. For this, you play 2nd string, 1st fret. You play 4th string, 2nd fret, and 5th string, 3rd fret with your ring finger. And make sure you don't hit the 6th string. And if you lift up your pointing finger, you get a C major 7. Okay, so let's go to our next chord, which is a D major. This is 1st string, 2nd fret with your middle finger, 2nd string, 3rd fret with your ring finger, and 3rd string, 2nd fret with your pointing finger. Don't hit the 6th or the 5th string. Okay, 4 notes on D major. If you lift up your middle finger, you get a suspended chord, and if you put your pinky down on the 1st string, 3rd fret, you get a suspended 4. Okay, so D major. Then we have E major. This is 3rd string, 1st fret with your pointing finger, 4th string, 2nd fret with your ring finger, and 5th string, 2nd fret with your middle finger. For this one, you can play all of them. Okay, if you lift up your ring finger, you get a dominant 7 chord. Okay, and then finally our G major chord. This is 1st string, 3rd fret with your ring finger, 5th string, 2nd fret with your pointing finger, and 6th string, 3rd fret with your middle finger. Okay, so for this one, if you lift your ring finger, you can get a G6 chord, or maybe just shifting your fingers, dominant 7, G major 7. So you can start to see why these chord shapes are really important. Optional 5th with your 2nd string, 3rd fret. Okay. Alright, so we're going to look at the open chords on the piano. And since I only have one hand right now, I'm going to show you with the sustain pedal pressed. So this A major chord, first it's a root note A, then you have the 5th, then you have the root again, and finally you add the C sharp, which is the 3rd, and then you have the 5th on the outside. Our next chord is a C major. First it's a C, E, G, then we have C on the B string, and finally E. Okay, let's check out our D major chord. So start off with D. Our next note is the 5th, A, then another D, And finally, our third is on the highest, first string. So only 4 notes to that D major. So let's look at this E major chord, which is gonna cover 2 octaves. The root, the 5th, the root again. Then we have G sharp, the 5th, and then the root. So that's 2 whole octaves for that E major open chord. This G major chord also covers 2 octaves. G, D, which is the 5th, G again, B, D, and then it ends in a G. So that's 2 whole octaves. Okay, so let's start with the last 3 minor chords. So this is an A minor, and this is 2nd string, 1st fret with your pointing finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret with your ring finger, and 4th string, 2nd fret with your middle finger. Okay, for this one, you can do the same thing if you lift up your ring finger. It's kind of like that E major 7, same shape. That's an A minor 7. Okay, so now let's try D minor. This is 1st fret, 1st string, 1st fret with your pointing finger, 2nd string, 3rd fret with your ring finger, and 3rd string, 2nd fret with your middle finger. And you want to make sure to only hit the open D string, which is the 4th string. Get a D minor. Okay, we're gonna try A minor now. Let's see, open A, perfect 5th, root again, and the 2 highest notes are the 3rd and the 5th. Okay, so let's look at our D minor chord. It's open D string, the perfect 5th, the octave, and then we have the 3rd. We just move the 3rd from an F sharp to an F. Okay, so let's look at this last chord, which is a 5 chord. And this is a G5. This is 6th string, 3rd fret with your pointing finger, and then 5th string, 5th fret with your ring finger. The cool thing about this chord is that you can move it around anywhere. You can even do it on different strings. Even on the 4th string. Okay, another reason why it's so good is because you can start playing the major shapes, minor shapes, 7 chords, major 7. Just getting this bar chord is gonna give you so many colors. So you can start off with the G5 and then just start adding the optional octave and take it from there, just little by little, shifting the notes around, then adding notes. Okay, so let's look at our final chord, which is a 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a perfect 5th. We could add the optional root again, which is octave. So the good thing about the guitar is that we can move this shape anywhere, or on the 6th, 5th, and 4th string, it still sound good. Where on the piano, you can't just move that shape. So you need to hit that the correct perfect 5th. Okay, usually that's what piano players do. They hit the root in the 5th or the octave, and then with their right hand they start adding the melody or the 3rd or some other double note. Okay, so that's the G5 chord or the 5 chord. Alright, so to summarize this lesson, it's really important that you learn these 9 chords because they're pretty much going to be on every song that you run into. And also, just by shifting a few notes, you can get start getting a bunch of different colors. And also you can move these shapes. So for example, the A shape, if you just start using the bar, the A minor shape right there, we can start getting all kinds of chords. All right, and the last thing that, since you saw the range on the piano, you can start being more aware of your strumming patterns or your note choices. So whenever you're playing an E major chord, since it's 2 octaves, if you're just slamming on the notes or you're just strumming up and down all day, it's kind of gonna get repetitive and it's just gonna be flat. So you want to switch from low to high, add a little bit of variation so you won't just be slamming on the keys all day. So the notes are going to be on my Patreon, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm going to leave the links down below. Let me know what you guys would like to see next, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.